You lost some weight, but you're like, you know what? How am I gonna get this doggone stomach down? This is ridiculous. I can lose 30 pounds, but why ain't this stomach going nowhere? Why is it only being lost in my legs? I'm gonna share with you my 5 tips for a flatter stomach. These are tips I've only given to my clients when I was a weight loss coach. But now I'm gonna share them with you because my clients always had flatter abs, right? Their stomachs always got smaller and they were like, whoa, I can't believe this is happening. So get ready for it. If you want these tips, let's go. I wanna share with you my 5 tips on how to lose the weight while getting a flat stomach, because I know if you're anything like me, you want this stomach to go down. So let me tell you who I am. My name is Ileka Falette. I'm a mom of 4 who lost 120 pounds in about a year's time. But here's the thing, when I lost the weight, I also flattened my stomach. I have 4 kids and 4 C-sections, all right? For the moms out here who have C-sections, you understand that that stomach don't usually go back. And so in that time, I also had quite a bit of weight on me. So I was like, all I ever wanted, I feel like my entire life was a flat stomach. I was like, I'm so tired of this. Why does my stomach look like this and my friends get to look like that? And I know now, you know, it's more acceptable. Right now, the beach get to have a stomach that it had. So we're more cool with that. And at the same time, we still want to have a flatter stomach, right? Let's not pretend. And of course, there's surgeries and things you can do, but I gotta tell y'all, even with surgery, that stomach can come back. So let me give you these tips on how to have a flatter stomach. Now remember, after I lost that 120 pounds, I began coaching women how to lose the weight and keep it off for good this time. And so I coached thousands of women and helped them to lose the weight, but here's what I really helped them do. Get a flat stomach, right? Love their bodies again in the body they have while they're working to get the body that they want. So now I'm here on YouTube sharing all the secrets that people paid me thousands and thousands of dollars. So keep on watching. Let's jump right into these steps because we know that summer is coming. No matter when you're watching this, summer is eventually coming. It's eventually about to be time to get on that beach, you know, have that fun and, you know, have the body out. So if we want the body out, we want to be able to feel comfortable in that body. We want to have that flat stomach. So I'm going to share with you these tips. All right. So tip 1 is change your eating. So get rid of the processed foods. Get rid of the pizza. Get rid of the bread. Who's still out here eating like Wonder Bread and stuff like that? I know folks are like, well, I eat wheat bread. Well, guess what? That's still gonna add to the bloating, okay? Because a lot of the wheat breads, a lot of the white foods in general, a lot of the foods that we're eating nowadays, so much processed crap in it that it's adding to the bloating. Why? Because our bodies, our guts can't digest it right. And so now it's sticking out and it don't look like we want it to look. It's adding to that. So what can you do? You can decide that you're not gonna eat that crap. You can look to stick to what you've heard me say a million times. If you ever watch my videos. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe so you can keep watching, all right? But the thing that I always say is stick to what comes from the earth, walks on the earth and the sea as best as you can. Obviously, we want to keep this sustainable. We want it something that we can do. So many times we are going to have that glass of wine, maybe a little cocktail and stuff like that. But you can even shift those. Instead of going into, let me get the cocktail, let me get some vodka and some random cranberry juice that they done made out of God knows what, and there's not even any cranberries in there. Instead of having that, get the vodka with like a Zevia. Or you can get your vodka, add some lemon, add some stevia, call it a day. Like have your stuff, don't go overboard because remember, we're trying to get that flat stomach and keep it. So nutrition is super key. People talk about like, oh, I'm gonna, do my sit-ups and do all these things. You could do sit-ups all day long. I promise you, I was 300 pounds doing 1,000 sit-ups a day and my stomach stayed the same, y'all. The same because I hadn't changed my eating yet. Once you shift your eating, you'll start seeing a difference. You gotta get rid of all those processed foods. I love the idea of doing low carb and keto. Maybe that's not for you, but you want to look at what it is that you're eating overly processed because all that's doing is adding to it, adding to the gut, adding to the bloat, and so you want it to be healthy and flat. Let's move on to step number 2. This is a step that people do not talk about. I swear, I heard this one time when I was 8 years old and I really haven't heard it since. So I'm gonna share it with y'all. So here's the thing. Step 2, keep your core engaged. So I'm not talking about just with exercise. We're exercising. If I'm working out, me and my son, or just working out on my own, whether I'm doing planks or burpees or lifting weights, of course, I've got my abs engaged. What does that mean? Literally holding it in, like tightening your stomach, right? That's gonna help your back. It's gonna help your stomach, your entire core. Also gonna keep that muscle muscle engaged. When the muscle is engaged, it's really helping to constantly be used in burning fat in that area. So tightening your core is super, super key. Keep that core tight, right? And the thing is, yes, doing it while you're exercising, but even if I'm on calls, right? If I'm working with clients, if I am, hanging out with my kids, my core is always engaged. When I was 8 years old, I was watching some TV show and some woman said, keep your core engaged, right? This was almost 40 years ago. And I was like, got it. And seriously, I think I forgot about it for a long time, but then when I remembered, I remembered. So my core is always engaged. No matter what I'm doing, it's gonna be engaged. It's super important because it ensures that you're always working your core. It strengthens your back, it strengthens your abs. Super important. So step 3 is movement. So when I say movement, I'm talking cardio and strength training. Obviously, strength training is important, right? You want to be able to, you can watch any of my videos. I talk about how strength training, resistance training is going to it helps to protect your muscles. It protects your bones, it helps to protect your bones, helps to sustain your muscle mass, all those things. And in addition to that, it's going to help to burn fat. When you're doing resistance training, it helps to sustain your muscle, build your muscle. When you're doing cardio, it's going to help to burn those calories. And guess what? When you have muscle and you're doing cardio on top of the muscle, you're now burning some fat as calories, right? And that's what we want. We want to be burning that fat. So when you're doing that cardio and tightening that core, like we just learned in the last step, what are you doing? You're helping to burn some of the fat around this weight. It's a game changer. I always recommend about 30 minutes of cardio a day, right? A lot of people act like, oh, you don't have to do cardio anymore. Go ahead and listen to them if you want. But I'm telling you this as somebody who was 300 something pounds with a rolly belly and then went to a flat one, that cardio is important, all right? Stop with all that no cardio. Man, cardio is important, especially if you're keeping your core engaged, all right? So, and if you talk to anyone who has like that flat stomach, they are doing some cardio. They aren't getting rid of cardio completely. I don't know who these people are saying this. So step number 4. For step number 4, it's gonna be wearing something around your waist. So many times when we're bloating in that waist area, because the fluid can easily get there. But if you wear something like a structure, I like to say like a sweatband or something like that, you can get them from Amazon. I usually have them in the description of my videos, like my Amazon link that you can go to and find the ones that I actually use. But I actually wear them sometimes to bed at night, and I wear them when I'm working out. And what it does is it puts some pressure on your stomach, and not a whole ton. It's not like you can't move and it's just a little enough pressure to ensure that the fluid is not constantly trying to go there. And it's really helpful. And so that actually helps to sustain in that space. And it helps you also to remember to engage your abs. Remember, we always going back to them abs being engaged, right? So when you put those the waistband around there, it helps you to remember that, all right? Okay, so that's tip number 4. Now, let's go to the 5th tip. Drink your freaking water, okay? Drink your water, drink your water, drink your water. I don't know how many times I have to say this. You have to stay hydrated. In order for your body to function the way it's supposed to, you stay hydrated. So when you're drinking your water, it's gonna give you what you need to flush. A lot of people are holding on to toxins and frankly, poop in their bodies, right? And it's showing up as bloat in their stomach sticking out. If you're drinking your water and you're hydrated to the point where you need to be, many people need about a gallon of water a day. And if you need that much, you're drinking that water and it's flushing your system. So that is how I got a flat stomach. As a mom of 4 C-sections, was over 300 pounds, lost the weight and flattened my abs. I do want to share with this, right? Because if you've been watching my channel, you know that I started this journey over 7 years ago, lost 100 pounds, felt good, had more energy, all the things, flattened my abs, right? Then about 6 months ago, I actually had skin removal surgery because I had additional skin. When you lose 100 pounds, you're gonna have some skin, right? So I had the additional skin and I also had like this bottom belly, right? So up here, my abs were flat all here, right? Let me back up so you can see this was all flat, but then I had a bottom belly, right? And so I got that removed as a part of the skin removal surgery. And I shared that in a ton of videos, and I even show it here, like some old videos where I had that. That's the point, right? That up here was flat. So you can't always get everything, right? Some things are hereditary, but that wasn't my story, right? My story was that I had 4 C-sections and I had a hernia repair. And so I had this flat thing. And so I got that removed, but up here, I had the 4-pack and the flat. I'm showing you how to get that. And if you didn't have 4 C-sections or a hernia repair, you can be flat all the way through with these 5 tips that I just shared. All right, so keep this going. You got this. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm sharing tips and strategies every week. Also going live with experts each week. Also sharing additional secrets on how to live a healthier lifestyle. As a mom of 4 and business owner, it's so important to me to live a healthier lifestyle and prioritize self-care so I can be there for my family and the life that I want to live, right? And that's what I'm sharing with you. So also, if you want to subscribe to my newsletter, each week I share tips, strategies, and motivations on how to live a healthier lifestyle, right? So go ahead and subscribe. You got the link below. It's ilekafalette.com, and go to, I want to subscribe to the newsletter to live a healthier lifestyle, and I'll start sharing these strategies with you. All right, so let's get this going. We got this. Let's live a healthier life together. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.